Nick. What's up, Nick?
Dude, this is deja vu. Like I'm listening to this show and I'm watching the stream. Like, this is the same shit as last year. This is the same arguments we were having, the same conversations, the same, like, quarterback sell. Is it the quarterback? Is it the coordinator? Is it solid? It's literally the same thing as last year. It's the same shit.
It is.
And, same exact conversation. Also, following a bye, they played like shit last week. They got lucky to get the win. Like, same exact conversation.
Yeah, and it's dude, the thing that's driving me crazy is we said this team was a quarterback away last year, right?
Yep.
They're a quarterback away from being a legit contender. So they went and got Aaron Rodgers, solid Douglas and Woody Johnson. They essentially told us in the offseason by getting Aaron Rodgers, we think we're a quarterback away from winning a Super Bowl, right?
Saleh actually said it in one of his press conferences.
Yes, he did say it. He said
we're a quarterback away.
We are a quarterback away. So Rodgers gets hurt. Actually, before that, let's backtrack. They make Zach quarterback 2. I have no clue why in training camp.
Me neither.
He looked okay in training camp. He looked okay in preseason, but he's nowhere near ready to play. This should have been a redshirt year for him. He should not see the field this season no matter what. He's not ready. And for some reason, they made him quarterback 2. Rodgers gets hurt, and for some reason, they do not sign a fucking soul. They don't sign anybody. So
they waited 3 weeks.
You told us, So you told us you were a quarterback away last year. So now you're trotting Zach Wilson out there, the same quarterback that the team quit on last year. Zach Wilson is the reason you got Aaron Rodgers, because Zach Wilson couldn't get it done. That's the reason you got Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
And now you keep trotting him out there every single week. He continues to have the worst numbers statistically of any Jets quarterback in history. That's including Darnold. Luke Falk is like whatever, because he wasn't really a consistent starter. But Darnold, Geno, Zach is worse than all of them. You trot him out there every single week. He continues to suck. How do you not sign anybody? Are you trying to win? Are you trying to make the playoffs? Because Rodgers is talking about coming back in the
December.
That's the way this season is going.
Yeah, so that's but that was supposed to give the team a spark. And your realistic goal is to win the division. This division's wide open. And there's no way you can win games with this kind of quarterback play. Like, Wentz just signed with the Rams today. You could have traded for Josh Dobbs, 6th-round pick. He puts up 30 after being with the Vikings for 2 fucking minutes. And for some reason, you can't score a touchdown. You have 8 touchdowns in 8 games. And by the way, 5 of those came from your actual offense. This is historic. This organizational incompetence, dude. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's incredible. Like, you have a championship caliber team. You have a championship caliber team. It's unbelievable. And you continue to trot this kid out there. And Kevin, you were right. This is the same formula as last year, how they were winning.
Yep. And that's why I feel like the wins gave them a false sense of hope and security that Zach was actually legitimately progressing and was going to turn it around, opposite from what happened last year, because that's why they just sat on their hands at the deadline and they didn't actually make a move.
Yeah. But like,
if they actually tried to force the issue a little bit, the first 3 or 4 games, let him air it out. If he throws 3 or 4 picks and you lose, then you need a quarterback.
Exactly.
Instead they played it conservatively. They won in spite of him again, and now here we are.
Yeah, Tyson, you had this, I think, after the Patriot game. You were saying, for some reason, they're scared to hurt Wilson's feelings. I don't understand why. Like, how is Simeon not quarterback 2?
He should have been quarterback 2 since the bye week. He should have been.
He should have. Like, if you're scared to play Tim Boyle, he shouldn't be on the fucking team.
100%.
He should not be on the team.
And furthermore, if you're scared to hold Zach accountable and say, you know what, Tim Boyle's getting starting reps this week, if that's going to hurt his feelings, you can't have a fragile quarterback on your goddamn team.
No.
If his mindset's that fragile that you're that worried about it, that's a problem. That just shows you he's not the leader and player that you want him to be.
Yeah, he's not. He is still a mental midget at the position. He doesn't
100%.
understand football. He's taking dumb sacks. He's still staring at receivers. He's holding on to the ball forever. And, dude, I'm not trying to come at Jets fans because I love our fan base. I really do. But I'm tired of these fans, like, with all these fucking bullshit statistics and all the pressure rate, this and that, this receiver dropped this pass. Dude, it doesn't matter. If Rodgers is the quarterback, they win by 4 touchdowns last night.
100%.
It's absolutely incredible. He's like, if Rodgers is on the sideline and he's telling Zach what to do and Zach is still not doing it, that's a problem. And like Hackett, I'm not sure what Hackett is supposed to do. There's guys wide open. If he hits Garrett Wilson in stride, that's a touchdown.
Yep.
That is a touchdown. He missed them. I'm tired of the excuses, man. This is incredible. And there were times where he had time last night. People act like the O-line, like people act, not to cut you off, but like the O-line is terrible. I agree, but there were times where he had time last night.
No,
and he didn't get rid of the ball.
Dude, just starting the game, he started sailing passes. The first 2 passes he sailed. He gets, and then like once he starts getting sacked and hurried, it's gonna be a long night because then he gets frantic. Yeah. He starts looking. He starts rushing. The play to Michael Carter drove us both crazy. Mm-hmm. And then the Lazard drop passes were terrible. Like, Lazard's been awful.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just they all contributed. The offensive line was bad, but the one thing that is bothering me is yes, the offensive line is bad. There's bad offensive line play all across the NFL because everybody's dealing with injuries. So yes, it sucks, but you've got to find a ways to make plays. You can't be like, all right, our O-line sucks. We ain't scoring this week. That's not how it fucking works. You can still make plays.
Well, that's where you need a quarterback who can actually get rid of the football. Like Zach Rosenblatt had the stat. I said it before. I think on the 17 pressures, Zach had 3.5 seconds to throw the ball. That's more than enough time to go first read, second read. Then I need to run.
Get rid of it. Like, but dude, quick crossing patterns. Quick. It's not hard to do this.
Yeah. Kevin, he has no pocket presence. No. He has no pocket presence, and like this is where having a veteran quarterback like Rodgers is helpful because Rodgers, if he sees a blitzer or if he sees something he doesn't like, he calls the running back to the side like, bro, come chip this edge rusher. Come do this. Come do this. Zach is not doing that. He's a mental midget at the position. He doesn't know what he's doing. Like, and he has a fumble problem. He fumbles.
Yeah, that's his new problem. Like, he's not throwing turnovers now. He's fumbling the ball all the time.
Yeah, dude, this is the same conversation we were having last year, and we're going through it again.
But you know what bothers me too is I'm not like a tape guy. I'm not a film expert, and I'm not a quarterback expert. But far too often, it doesn't seem like Zach is stepping into his throws. He's throwing the ball all arm, and he's not stepping in. Like, you ever watch Rodgers even warming up? He's throwing it. You can see his legs moving. Zach just stands there and rips it with his arm. That's what he does. Mm-hmm. Doesn't like, but that's just my untrained eye. I'm not Dan Orlovsky number, but that's just me after 20 beers knowing that his errant passes, a lot of times his footwork doesn't look good. Yeah, dude. Like, one last thing. Like, I'm not sure if Mike White actually wanted to stay here. Maybe he actually wanted to go to Miami. I don't know. They would have never brought him back here. Yeah. Or maybe it was the money. But the reason they didn't bring him back is not because it's because they didn't want that controversy with Zach. Okay, the locker room's dividing. Let's get this fucking guy out of here. Just make Zach just feel comfortable. We don't want to hurt his feelings. 100%. Like, instead of having a competent backup quarterback like Mike White on your team, you keep the golden goose, the golden child, Zach Wilson, on your team, and you force him into the quarterback 2 spot. Not even a fucking thought in their head that a 39-year-old Aaron Rodgers could potentially get hurt and Zach Wilson has to come in. You need a veteran. Your most important position on the field is the quarterback. Your second most important position is your backup quarterback. And if your backup quarterback has to play, he better be average, at least average. Zach is not average. He is a bottom 1 quarterback in the league. He's the worst quarterback in the league. It's not close. And for some reason, they don't see that. I don't know if this is Woody. I don't know if this is Joe Douglas. Someone brought this up on Instagram, I think, that maybe Aaron Rodgers is the guy who's convincing this organization that I can fix Zach Wilson. Don't worry, guys. He's the guy. I promise you. He's going to be the guy after I take over. And maybe that's true. I don't know. He's not fixable. He's not fixable. No, but if you're that inept as an organization, you need to stop what you're doing and think, how are we going to win football games? We're not going to win it with this quarterback. And if Rodgers is really talking about coming back next year, we have to get someone else in. But you missed your chance to do that because you didn't do anything at the fucking trade deadline. So this is call of the week, by the way. Thanks for letting me vent, guys. Thanks for letting me vent. Have a good night. Man. Have a great night. Oh.
What's up, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're good.
So my reaction to this game, it was this past weekend. It was my birthday, and my brother got me tickets to go watch my very first NFL game at MetLife.
No.
And first of all, I just want to talk about MetLife real quick. Tyson, I thought Tyson and Kevin, I thought you guys were joking when I say like MetLife is like the worst stadium I've ever seen in my life. Nope. But like it actually is the worst stadium I've ever been to in my life. Because I literally left my house at like 5:30, and like they have like 400, 500 cars going through these three little lanes and it's like all like funneling into this one way, and like then it takes like a sharp left, and cars like are trying to bang in front of each other and like honk, and you know I saw people getting out of their cars, walking to the stadium in the middle of the highway. I saw like 10 people like piss themselves on the side of the road because they're tired of waiting in the car. And I saw the fireworks from inside my car while being 3 hours early for the game. I'm like, wow, look at the fireworks. Look at my friend. I'm with my brother and my friends. I'm like, guys, look at the fireworks. Yeah. So, yeah, I understand you're from football, but like on a serious note, that was super depressing because by the time we got into the stadium, you know how they have TVs outside the stadium, they kind of show like what's happening in the game. It was already 14-0 by the time we got, because I got in like halfway through the mid first quarter, and I didn't want to admit it in front of my friends, you know, because like, you know, they took me out to watch the game. I didn't think the game was over. I didn't know it was over before I got into the stadium, to be honest with you, because I was really waiting in traffic, and all my friends like, oh yeah, they just returned a touchdown by the way for the 7-0, and we come in, we fumble the ball.
There was that 14-0. Much traffic, Jesus Christ,
dude, it was honestly, it was horrendous. It's the worst organized stadium I've ever seen. They have 1,000 cars going through 3 little itty bitty lanes. Like,
it's not like they don't have 500 parking attendants working either to direct traffic.
Yeah, they got like 6 guys working 1,000 cars. Like, how does that even work? But actually, regarding the game, Zach Wilson is god awful. I did not want him since the day he was drafted. You know, problem with Joe Douglas, most Jets fans, you know, that were desperate to get a new quarterback, were all fooled by one throw he made in the combine or whatever it's called, where he made some little 360 little fadeaway throw that's never going to happen in games,
pro day,
which he still hasn't done, and he literally fooled everybody. While we were watching the game, watching my section, I was able to, I would say, predict about 85% of the plays before they were to happen, literally, because they kept lining up in I formation. And guess what that means? It's either going to be a run up the middle, run between the B gap, or it's going to be a screen, and there's nothing else they can do. Their offense is literally either, kind of like we said before, it's an Adam Gase offense, post scripted plays, run, pass, or it's either a short pass for 3 yards, and then it's a run, and then it's either a toss play to the left, or it's a short pass where it's, to the sticks. How is Zach Wilson in year 3 when it's 3rd and freaking long? He has zero awareness.
Nope.
Every single time. There was one play I remember where I think it was 3rd and 9, and the pocket collapses and he starts to escape, and he has 20 yards of space wide open right in front of him. I'm like, bro, I'm scoring a touchdown on that. That's easy money right there.
That play.
Okay, let's go, Zach. And then last play, he just pitches it like to the running back.
Michael
already
Carter.
Covered.
Yep.
Like an idiot. He would have got 20 yards. We probably got, I mean, we got like a 5-yard field goal out of it. No, we weren't scoring that drive. You know how we are. But we would got a really wide open, like grass is green. I can count the blades of grass.
The question I have for you, the big thing last night they were saying is receivers weren't getting open. Were receivers getting open from what you saw or no?
Hell yes. I'm not going to say every play, because some of the route concepts were freaking idiotic. Like some route concept, I saw 4 receivers running the same route to opposite sides. Literally, like, what the? On one play I swear to God, I saw every wide receiver run question mark routes, like question mark, all 4 of them. I'm like, what am I watching? And then on 5 or 6 plays, there were crossers, Garrett Wilson or somebody was open crossers, and Zach either didn't throw the ball or he threw it behind them, like into the dirt, like not even behind the receiver, like into the freaking dirt. And this is my biggest worry. All these Zach truthers, we're 3 years in, they literally cherry pick the 3 or 4 plays where he throws this little weak ass check down that he throws
every week.
Literally every week. These 3 or 4 check down throws. First of all, 5 touchdowns. We have 8 touchdowns on the season. 5 of them were from the actual offense. CJ Stroud threw 5 touchdowns in one game.
Yep.
Why can't we do? You know who CJ Stroud is throwing to? Nico Collins. Who?
Tank Dell.
Yep.
Who? We have freaking Garrett Wilson. If we had an average quarterback, forget about Aaron Rodgers. If we had an average quarterback,
he's got George Fant protecting him too.
Yep.
Literally. And guess what? Maybe the offensive line. Well, he's up 8 sacks. It's unacceptable. Well, maybe if he didn't hold the freaking ball for 20 seconds behind the offensive line.
They're saying I think 5 of the 8 was Zach's fault, weren't there? Something like that. Some crazy, like 5 of the 8 or some shit.
Yeah, because you hold the ball. You know what thing it is? And I've been trying to tell everybody that since I saw him come into the league, he still thinks that he has his BYU offensive line like he did back in college. Because remember what everybody said that was his big knock? Oh, well, the conference that he plays in is super weak. And the reason why he has so much time is because the offensive line at BYU gives him so much time. Well, guess what? That does not work in the NFL. Every NFL team has the same size D lines. They're huge. They're massive. They're coming at you. They're faster. They're stronger. They're coming at you at 100 miles per hour. And he's in year 3, and he doesn't realize that I have to throw the ball out before I get my head taken off. He literally holds the ball for 20 seconds. And the worst thing that pisses me off, every time he gets pressure, he runs backwards.
Yes.
Every single time he gets pressures, I'm like, bro, why are you running backwards? You're 3 years into this offense. Stop running backwards. I'd rather you throw the way and we live to see another day.
And then
but you run 10 yards backwards.
He throws with his back foot. He doesn't step into his throws.
Yeah, some like zesty throw. Like, what are you doing? Just throw the ball outside, to the sidelines. And my biggest worry for the future is Brees is in the second year of his contract. Garrett Wilson is in the second year of his contract. Sauce is in his second year of contract. The draft class, even though Joe Douglas can sign no free agents, he's actually a decent drafter. The foundation that we have in this team. Yeah, I mean, not this draft class either. That's another topic for another day. Let's talk about freaking taking Will McDonald over JSN. Wouldn't it have been great to have JSN yesterday to help alleviate pressure off for Garrett Wilson? Yeah,
I said I want JSN or Mayer.
Anybody, I mean, not Mayers. He's on the Raiders, but we have Sauce, Brees, Garrett. My worry is these are 3 foundational pieces, and they're probably wondering, yo, this is my future.
Yep.
You never get an offer contract. Why would I want to stay here? There's no point. Because literally, nobody in the locker room is going to say it because the coaches tell them not to say like whatever. Just be like, say your little coach speak answers, whatever. But they know deep inside that Zach is the reason they are not losing. You saw what Sauce said in his interview. He's like, oh, well, it's my job as the part of the defense that you're either the part of the problem or part of the solution. And it doesn't matter how many times we have to get back to the offense. We have to get the ball back to the offense 100 freaking times.
They've been coached to say it.
But he said, but you see Garrett Wilson. No, Garrett Wilson was like, he felt bad for the defense. He's like, we owe the defense. He's almost embarrassed. Like that's the thing. It's like, and the thing is like all these guys. It was funny because when they first were drafted, they're like, are you guys ready to change the same old Jets? All this stuff. They didn't know what it was. What is same old Jets? What's this losing mindset? What's this losing culture? They're learning it now. Yep. They learned that this should have learned. So now they're learning what it's like to be in a New York market where your team's playing like shit. They're all learning it now firsthand. They're like, do I want to deal with this shit?
And that's why you got to pray for a bounce back Aaron Rodgers season next year, that they get to actually experience some success before their rookie contracts run out.
But it's like,
and you have to have a post Aaron Rodgers plan in place that they all believe in too.
But it's like what every single caller has said so far. This is all on Joe Douglas' lack of ability to know, oh shoot, I'm trading high value picks to bring in Aaron Rodgers. Oh, whoopsie-doo, he might, tweak his ankle or hurt himself. Let me bring a backup quarterback just in case. I'm not playing Zach Wilson because Zach Wilson stinks up the bed and everything that he touches, he stinks it up. So let me get a backup quarterback that's a veteran. I don't need them to be Aaron Rodgers. Just keep getting me first downs and drive down the field, be a game manager, and just be an average quarterback. And his inability to do so is disgusting. We could have Gardner Minshew. Tyson said we could have Jacoby Brissett. We could have had freaking Josh Dobbs, who got Josh Dobbs practice 3 plays, and he beat an NFL team. 3 plays. He ran the same 3 plays the entire game and beat who did they beat? The Cardinals? Why does every single team are able to drive down the field, and even if they don't get a touchdown, it looks easy. It looks like the plays that they're actually coaching are actually being practiced on the field. Only the Jets, we get a first time it's an improv play, or Brees has to break a 10-yard run, or Garrett Wilson has to break somebody's ankles. So yeah, every other offense literally looks at this play that they practice they actually the same way. Literally, I know the Ravens that.
But that's what makes you crazy. Is that even the scripted plays are ones you work in practice over and over and over. Like, all right, this is the rhyme or reason. This, that should be easy, man. Like, those first throws for Zach should be money. Done. They can't even do those right.
They can't. And the sad part is, and nobody wants to hear this, but guess what? They won't bench Zach because we've seen how the story goes before. We saw when we were 7-4 last year, when we all we had to do was win 2 games in the playoffs, and his inability to win 2 games because he played horribly. And guess what? Saleh, I don't know what Saleh's infatuation is with Zach Wilson. I don't know if freaking Zach Wilson has blackmail on him, or freaking is there a freaking sniper like 100 yards away pointing the laser at his head or something. But his infatuation with Zach Wilson makes zero sense. In my 3 years of watching him, every press conference, he has never held Zach Wilson accountable.
Nope.
He literally has never held Zach Wilson accountable. It's always somebody else's fault. The press conference, they said, well, it's so easy to say it's easy to blame the quarterback and the offense coordinator. Who else are going to blame the offense? The quarterback and the offense coordinator. Who else? Do you freaking Jeff Ulbrich you blame him? Literally. You know the Jets are the first team to allow less than 200 yards, give up 0 25-yard yard plays, and only hold Justin Herbert to 50% completion, and we still lose by 21?
Yep.
How is that? Yo, we're breaking records, but the wrong records. Makes literally no freaking sense. Like, it's so frustrating because the problems that we see are so fixable. If we had a head coach with a brain and then wasn't, you know, like, with all respect, like a P word, if he had some balls on him, then he would bench Zach Wilson and see, okay, you know what? I don't care if you're number 2 overall pick. I don't care where you came from. I don't care what your status is. I don't care who you are. All I care about is winning. Because at the end of the day, the focus should be the Jets. It's not the New York Zach Wilsons. It's the New York freaking Jets. Exactly right. And the priority is the team before anybody else. I don't even care. I don't even care if you have Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes played like this dog shit, and like literally like this, then you take him out the game and put them. It doesn't matter who it is. The New York Jets take priority over everything else. All that matters is winning.
But the thing is, the difference is, like, Patrick Mahomes has a resume. Like, he has a resume of being a proven NFL quarterback that's done great things in the league. So it's like if Zach Wilson had like 5 great years of football and he's struggling, like, all right, he'll bounce back. We know what he is. Yeah, we know what he is now. He's not bouncing back. This is the best you're going to get from him. So, bro,
he's had 30. He's had 30 starts now.
Yeah,
it's a large enough sample to know this is exactly what he is. He's had 30 starts. He's in year 3. He's not getting any better. It's the same shit.
Yeah, like one last thing. Like, I know, like, he's not a quarterback, but you remember a couple of weeks ago when you know how the Chiefs signed Jawan Taylor to that $80 million contract for 5 years, and he false started 5 times, and the rest finally called it. What did Andy Reid do? Did he keep him in the game? Oh, I don't want to hurt his feelings. He signed a big contract. No, he took him out of the game and said, you got to start false starting. I'm putting your backup in. You think Andy Reid cares about people's feelings? He said, well, we all see him, this lovey-dovey guy. Oh, he's this lovey. Oh, no, he's serious. When it comes to football, he's serious.
It's about winning, dude. It's about winning and accountability.
It's the New York freaking Jets, it's not the New York nobody. And the defense, I know the defense wants to strangle Zach Wilson by the neck. You're literally making us lose games. And we have a historic defense. We have a Super Bowl contending defense. And this offense is holding us back because the head coach and the general manager and Woody or whoever the hell it is holding this team back. It's disgusting and it's gross. It's the same thing we've watched since last year. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. Disgusting.
Bro.
Great call,
man. Have a great night.
You too, bro.
He just unloaded, man. He unloaded every ounce of Jets anger in his body, man. Him and Nick, man, just brought the fury.
Back to back. Just letting it all out.
And the thing is, too, is it's just like you could see the pain, the anguish, the frustration, but everybody's coming with stats and facts. Like, it's not like some like bullshit stuff. Like, oh man, you really pulled. No, there's not one point you could debate and argue about it, right? Oh. They're all just like, yeah, they're both calls of the week, man. That was another good one. That's just. This team is just breaking people. Broke me today. I was just pissed all day.
I was broken last night.
Dude, I was so you know what? It's like, it was so late at night. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get like 3 hours of sleep for work. And then my car ride in, I'm like, I was getting more and more annoyed. I'm like, I'm this fucking tired because of this goddamn team. And then the people at work could be like, dude, you guys only scored 6 points. And then the more you think about it, you're like, we're here again. Like, again, we're going through this. And now you're going into the game where it's like a Raider game where you're like, you have no faith they're going to win this game.